Hi. So, I've been getting a lot of questions about how I got started in fashion. And to be honest, for ages I thought I wasn't really the qualified person to ask this question because I was just getting started myself. So, I don't know, I felt kind of underqualified for the question. But I've been getting a lot. I get so many DMs and messages, people just asking me how I got started, any advice. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a video and just say things that I think may help you. My name is Nasheeba and I have my own fashion brand called Nasheeba, and I've been doing it for about a year and a half. And yeah, I studied fashion and yeah, I really love it. It's kind of like my passion, so that's what I'm going to be doing further. So, well, I'll start from the beginning. I've always been interested in art and fashion. I studied art, or I aced it. I was really good at it. Wow, so the marks say. And it came to the end of me studying it. I was like, oh, I don't really want to study fashion. I don't really want to study art like in high level. So I was thinking, oh, what kind of field could I go into that's still creative, that'll have more jobs and more options to go for? And that's how I got into fashion. I was like, and it's my medium of art even till this day. So yeah, I went to college and studied fashion, but I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. I went to uni, went to Manchester Met, and it was a challenge. It was hard, very hard. There was so much I needed to learn. In my head, I thought I was doing well, but I really wasn't. I was quite distracted. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and some people can get on with their work. Like, there was some amazing stoners who were just like so great. I was like, oh, I wish I was like you, but for me, it just wasn't a great collab. So before doing everything, before even going to college to study fashion, I knew I wanted to do my own thing, and I was just like, what's the next steps? What do I need to do? Because I don't really know much. So I was like, okay, I need to learn how to do everything before I can actually do it for myself. To get started, you just need to start. You really just need to start. That's it. There's no like pre-made formula for you to just like jump on and be like, yeah, this is where I'm at. You need to just, whether it's putting your artwork out there, your designs, or even just getting your designs on paper and being like, this is what I want to make. Even if it's just like draping on a body on a mannequin and seeing how things look, and then deciding, oh, this is what I like, and then transferring that on paper and making something. Or people who want to solve a problem, like designing for disabled people. So somewhere I read that there was this product designer, who created this shoe where it extends at the front, like the sole kind of grows with you, and they were supplying them out to less developed countries, just so kind of children can not go without footwear. And I think that's like a problem that was being solved. Or there was this like top that grows with you. There's people who design there's costumes. Yeah, that's a very big industry. But there's people who design uniforms, like airline uniforms, hotel concierge uniforms. So that's a more dutiful design. If you're not creative, you're not an artist, you're just kind of someone who wants to make money from the industry, you certainly can. So I would suggest to go into fast fashion or buying, because that way you don't have to design. You could just go to suppliers and find things that are already made, and you just buy them and you sell them on, which is what business is. And that way you can see quicker results. because the designing, pattern cutting, production process is very long, and it could be very time consuming and money consuming. So I would, yeah, if I was just into the business side, I wouldn't bother with design and that, unless you're kind of like, oh, I'm creative, I've got my own ideas, and I'm a business person, I can see this gap in the market for my brand, then absolutely go for it. I'm not saying don't. Another naive thing is it's expensive to start. It's very expensive. I know you hear stories about people who are like, oh, I started from nothing, or started from like £200 or dollars. Yeah, that happens. That can happen, but they've spent so much money in between that to where they probably are now. So don't be naive in that sense that you won't need that much money to start with, because you will. It costs a lot. I've had to fund everything myself. I've not really had any help or any investors. I'm looking for an investor at the moment because I feel I'm ready to elevate my brand so much. And I work full time in London. I need to pay my rent. Need to pay for myself to live here. After work is when I work on my brand. So I work on my brand maybe like 3 hours a day. Doesn't sound like much, but that's all I've got. I have to make it possible. Obviously on the weekends I've got more time, but I also have a life, and I'm not going to let my life be affected by me working all the time. I get tired as well. I'm a human being. Fabrics do I use? I use a lot of fabrics. I'm quite into just satins, and yeah, I'm just really feeling satin. That's like my whole collection is just made up from satin. This is a really soft, light satin that I'm just in love with. I'm firstly in love with the print, and I love the fabric itself. I wish you guys could just feel it, because pictures don't do it justice. Websites where you can get fabrics from: eBay, AliExpress, Alibaba, also some Fabricland, my Navera Crafts, My Fabrics. There's a few. You just have to dig around, honestly. And obviously there's fabric shops in London, Shepherd's Bush Road, Gold Hawk Road. Yeah, there's a whole road of fabric shops there that you can do. Don't rely on online fabrics, because you never know how things feel, and that's really important. You need to know if something's light, it's drapey, it's a heavy fabric, and you won't get that essence when looking online at a photo. So I'd suggest, definitely, if you haven't, to go into the shops, create yourself a little fabric book just to get used to fabrics and their names, and yeah, just get a feel of fabrics. It's important. So it's the most important thing about your clothes. Right. Obviously, sometimes when I do get samples that I've ordered, I'm like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, be prepared if you are doing that, just to be like, okay, I may not get what I need. Not to be like, oh, okay, I've ordered this fabric, I'm ready to make it as soon as it gets here, because if it's wrong, that's your whole plans out of the window. For an artist, it can be so frustrating when you have this idea in your head of what you want to make, and then once you make it, it's not that at all, and that could just really throw me off. I've been there. I've like thought it's gonna be amazing, I'm gonna be so happy with it. Then when I make it, it's just not what I wanted, and I get, no, I wouldn't say depressed, because that's a bit much. I'll get really down, and I wouldn't want to even create anything for like 2 days. Honestly, it can get like that. If you can't stop thinking about it, don't stop working for it. Share your work on social media. We're so lucky with social media that it's really a world of its own, where you can do what you want to do. So share your work. I know for an artist, sharing your art is pretty much like bearing your soul out to the world. And before I started doing it, I was so doubtful. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna hate it. Everyone's just gonna think I'm just this loser who can't even freaking draw. But like, I got to a point where I was like, I don't actually care. Like, I just do not care. This is my work. every artist's work is different. It's never going to be the same as anyone else. And people will be able to appreciate you, especially other artists will be able to appreciate that this is their artwork, they've created it in a truest form. Of course, it can be inspired, but you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say share your work, because it will motivate you more in a way to keep creating. Especially if people like it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm actually okay. And if it's not great, then it's not great, but you can learn and move on. You can have that confidence in yourself to be like, I'm an artist, this is my artwork, and I'm going to keep creating. Because you'll always be a creative no matter what.